is here with Richard the Killer, White at UMAC, and we thought it might be fun to do a couple classes here while we're all at home, doing whatever you guys are doing at home. So, what do you think, Richie?
I'm ready. I'm ready for some triangles.
So, technique we're doing, you guys, triangle. It's my favorite technique, my favorite to do on him. Gary's favorite to do on him and me, so.
Most people's favorite to do on me.
Yeah, so this is actually lesson number 10 on Grace University, so if you haven't watched it, I certainly would watch that. And we're going to probably throw in a few different, maybe some tips on it. But we are going to show you a 1.5 variation, and maybe we'll get to the giant killer variation. If you're doing this at home with somebody, it probably would be best, even if they're brand new, to have you be the bad guy, and then just put them into the position and then walk them through. This is being taped, obviously, so you can hit record or you can hit play button, stop it, and help everybody out. So, ready to be choked?
Yes, sir.
All right, you guys. So we're starting this from guard position. So let's do like a little bit of an angle here. Does this look pretty good, Kiri?
Yeah,
Here's the videographer, by the way. So technique's going to look like this. All right, and we're going to break it down from, right, this triangle setup, like we always do, right? We start kind of reverse engineer this. So it's up, across, head control, foot and hip, walk the shoulders, angle, grab, triangle, squeeze, pull. Okay, so again, we'll start from this triangle setup position, hips up in the air. My hips go up, and I sweep that across by just grabbing a thumb down grip, hand on the head. We're always worried about, not worried, we're concerned with posture. So I want every limb on my body to be doing something. My right hand's holding his wrist, my left hand's holding the head, my left foot's going to go to the hip, and my right foot's still kind of clamping down. So we walk ourselves out so we get our hips out from underneath our knees. We make one little move over, grab our shin, full triangle. We'll grab this full triangle, is the back of the knee over the lower leg. Both feet flex, bring my knees together, and we pull it in. Okay, one more time here. So again, we'll start, all right, hips go up. I bring my hips up because that allows me to sweep this across with less obstructions in there. Then I bring them in. Head control. If I start doing this and I don't have head control, we're just going to pop right out of there. Right, so we hold the head, and then when we uncross the legs, put the foot in the hip, walk ourselves back. Now I'm going to make this little angle, which is really going to help me finish this triangle. I grab over here, still holding this hand, both hands go to the head, and then I squeeze my knees together and we pull them in. So a lot of times when people first begin this, they get everything in place and then they push away, and again it'll work, but not as nice and efficient as this. We bring it all in. Okay, Richie's turn. We'll give you this angle over here. All right, so I start with my hand through, and he goes up, sweeps across, thumb down grip, hand to the head. Good. Foot in my hip, walks his shoulders back, gets his hips out of there, makes the angle, grabs the leg, full triangle, flexes the feet, grabs the head, pulls in. Okay, so you can hit pause if you're doing brand new to this, and just practice that triangle setup a few times. Cool? Anything else to add into there?
No, not for that part.
All
I
right.
don't think so.
So now you guys are going to do it from, we call it 1.5 variation. So I'm going to start with this full guard, all right, and I'm going to initiate this myself. So now, elbow goes inside, knee comes through, hips up, bite, and then from here, everything's exactly the same. Okay, so we'll talk about this real quick. I'm going to start here. I'm going to do it to that direction. I can do it either way, but because the camera's out here, I'm going to switch head control, elbow to the inside, foot to the ground, scoot out. The knee comes through, trap the back of the tricep. See, all of my limbs have a job here. So here, here. Now I'm going to slide down to the wrist, extend out my hips. As I bring my hips back, keep his hand out, my toes come through, and then I jump up and bite. Up, across, down. Head control, just like before. This foot's going to disappear on Richie's hip. I walk back, angle, grab, triangle, and you see I flex both of my feet. And that ensures that I'm going to be stronger in there. It ensures that my top leg lands on the lower leg Never want our triangles to land on our feet here. It's just a disaster. It hurts the ankle, it can even hurt your knee. Totally be here. All right, and we squeeze. All right, Richie, you go one time. So you guys won't be able to see this side. He's going to do the same side, but you'll be able to get another angle over here. So his elbow goes in, he scoots out. You see here, he still has head control, and he's got his leg on my back. He extends the hips out, hands go to the wrist, pulls his foot through, jumps up. It's going to be the same. Okay. All right. So let's go through a couple tips on this, you guys. Some of you guys have done this class before. Richie, come in here. So a couple major points on all of our triangles that I try to emphasize. All right. We'll get to here. Number one is that when I go and grab this triangle to get my setup, I don't just cross my ankles. I throw my hips up and grab. All right. Bring this over. Head control all the time, and then angle management, meaning I'm going to go out and then get this nice angle. And here's kind of the tip of the day, is I go up with this leg, this one that's going to bite over. I always want to make sure, let's turn it this way just a little bit, that I'm on the top side of Richie's shoulder. So I'm up here, and now I've got that angle, versus here, where he has the shoulders through a little bit. Right, that makes it a lot more difficult. So as I go over, I bite, and there's my angle. And we'll give him every time there. Okay, so that's kind of tip number one. Especially if you guys have done this triangle before, something we always. Let's say I get in here. All right, this is no rush. I'm never in a rush to lock up the full triangle. In a little bit of a rush to get this triangle set up because this gives them control, and then we're going to work from here. Get this across, well, let's say I'm not able to get it across, it stays here. Right, so I still walk out, I grab this, and I bring it over. Right, I can still get the triangle, you guys. I still get my angle, I take this, bite up, I still can pull the triangle. All right? So, Richie, anything to add on?
I think usually when I catch John in the triangle, it's because I keep the arm on the other side of his body. He's pretty smart when it comes to these things, so I like that tip, keeping it on the other side of the body. That was good.
Good. All right, here's extra tip number 2 or 3 maybe. Right? Some of you guys have done the Kimura with us. So, just because Richie's such a good sport in here, right, I get the triangle, I come up, Richie hides his arm behind my leg, I can't get that arm across, which is the first thing I try to do. Okay? So we're going to go over here, and we're going to cross the triangle the other way. And that just helps me hold him down. So he's trying to keep that arm in here, but I put my feet to the ground, and then I take his elbow, I bring it out. And now, we have the Kimura.
That's terrible.
All right. So one for the other side, Richie, just to make sure we even the out.
Sure,
So I'm going to be here, up, jump up and get him. He hides that arm, right? Hard for me to pull this arm out of here now. He's too strong, the angle's not good. So I'm just going to grab the triangle the opposite way. For those of you that are master cycle watching this, we're going to touch on this in our next. Getting a regular triangle, I'm going to kind of get a backward triangle. It's not real good for the choke, but it's really good for control. And now I just take my feet and put them toward the ground. Okay, from here, here. Then expose this elbow, and let me just kind of grab it, and just, even if you hold your hand and hold it strong, I'm just going to kind of bring my hips up, and I can bring it out. It's almost a little Kimura right there, right, Richie?
Oh yeah,
Right there.
it feels great.
And now when you come down, through, elbow comes to the chest, and nice and easy. No sound, Nathan?
No.
Too much
All
pain.
right. All right, you guys, so that's it for the live training. Please leave comments, questions, and either Richie or myself or somebody will answer. Kiri, do you want to say something?
Yeah, Josh asked if we can show the transition again, just one more time.
Sure.
Could you do it on the Kiri?
Transition, who
Oh, don't
asked
be a
that?
baby. Josh Taylor.
Justin?
Josh
Oh,
Taylor.
Josh?
Yeah, thanks,
Okay.
Josh.
Yeah. Thanks, Josh. So I'm guessing, Josh, that you mean the transition from
I think
triangle?
where I hide the arm.
Yeah, into the Kimura.
Right.
I believe.
So let's do this direction here. I come up, I go and try to get the arm, now take me back this way so Josh can see your other arm, other way, other way, other way, other way. got it, good. So here would be my normal triangle, right? I try to bite, but I can't. I'm gonna bite it backwards. And that just lets me hold down, right? Lift up, and you might be able to do this like I did, or I could even scoop underneath there and bring it out. Good.
Yeah, I can't stop that.
Yeah, and then we have the Kimura, but also you guys, sometimes, right, we brings it out, and then look, up, over, and then we've got right back to the triangle. So hit pause, rewind, and any other questions?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
All right, guys, we'll post your questions in the comments below. We'll be doing a bunch of these. Hopefully we won't be out of commission or out of UMAT for too long. But let me know what you think, and we'll take it from there, okay? You guys stay safe, and talk to you soon.